Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. This layout is for the March 2nd edition of Scraplift Crafternoon, where a group of us choose someone to scraplift and we draw some attention to their social media accounts. This layout is by Darla Weber and I will have links to her account in the description box below. So I am going to take this and stretch it across 2 pages. And I pulled out some photos from Disney World in the late 80s or early 90s. And I have these papers, which are from a Project Life kit by Becky Higgins. The layout actually ends up taking a different turn, and I only end up using one of those papers. I wish I had thought to pull in the stripe, but for some reason it left my brain that I had this stripe. I started this one day and finished it the next at a crop, and I guess I just lost track of what I was doing. So this is the next day now, and I'm showing you these Disney images that I colored with colored pencil. I don't use them all, but I do use some. And just FYI, this is a colorless Prismacolor pencil. If you're going to be coloring with colored pencils, it's well worth it to get one. It makes them look much better, in my opinion, and it's a simple little step. I have some Vicky Booten things there that I showed you, and I'm going to start by matting these 3 photos on some white cardstock all in one column. And I believe I turned this off and don't have you watch all of that. So here we go. They are matted. And the reason I printed and colored the Disney images were, number one, I wanted them to feel kind of retro, and number 2, I don't need a Disney collection. I didn't want to go buy anything because I don't have other Disney pictures I'm going to do. So I just wanted the feel of the older Disney photos and just enough to make it obviously Disney. And I think I accomplished that. I'm not the best colorer, but they're perfectly fine for my purposes. So the other pieces I have are from a Vicky Booten collection. I don't even remember which one, but it's a pack. I think it's called Papery or Papery. They're not die cuts. I mean, they are, but they're really thin. So they're really nice for layering because they don't build up too much bulk in your albums. I also pulled out some film strips because Donna had those in her layout as part of her layers. That's what drew me to this layout, was all the layers, and I don't have quite as many as she did, but I did use her as inspiration and an example. So I think these are from 49 a Market if I remember right, but I don't know which collection. Perhaps Smoke, I'm not sure. They do show up nicely against the black though. I had to choose specific ones so that that would work. Sorry, my head's getting in the way there. And these circles are also from that Papery pack. And I don't have 3 clusters. I end up with kind of 4 plus a title. And I know that, like, there are no rules in scrapbooking, but that is a general principle that's often followed. I just didn't think it worked for what I was doing in this one. So several of those papery plate pieces I am cutting in half so that I can spread them into different clusters. I wanted to make every cluster have something green or yellow green, something pink, and something blue. The only one that doesn't have pink is at the top, but it's close enough to the border that I think that's okay. So I'm just mulling around with, this video is really short, but it took me way over an hour to do this because I just kept hemming and hawing and I couldn't decide what to do. You'll see in a moment that I do trim out loosely around those images so that there's not quite so much white around them, and I do like that better. There, you can see that I've done the trimming. Here I'm looking through some stickers to see if I'm going to add anything, and I really only end up adding one sticker. It says something awesome. I love that it's a small world photo near the bottom there. And I pulled out another label from the papery pack just to do a little bit of journaling on. It says, "This is the Disney World of my childhood. Mom and Dad visited there with Duke and Ethelene around 1990. I'm sure today Walt Disney World is quite different." It was probably 10 years before that I had been to Disney World the previous time, but it still had the feel of the Disney World that I remember. It's much more modern and things now, but I loved the simplicity. When I went to Disney World as a child, the first 3 times it was just Disney World. It was not a big extravaganza. It wasn't over the top, and I would like for that to be the experience again, even though I know that ship has sailed and that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I turned my camera off when I thought I turned it on, and I lose the end of my video process. But I will put the still shot up and talk you through what I did to finish it off. And I am still mulling over whether I might add some gold stars, foil stars to this layout. You could tell me in the description box below if you think a little gold would be good. But here's the finished page. I'm really happy with this. I think you can definitely see the influence of Darla from her layout. And here are the rest of the still shots. I'm so glad you listened or watched today. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.